ahead of tonight's transfer countdown show here on the Joy News channel. My colleague Asari Bediako takes a look at the top 10 transfers so far.
Until last year, it seemed implausible that the world's greatest ever player will leave the club with whom he has spent his entire career. However, with FC Barcelona's finances in shambles, PSG became the de facto destination for Lionel Messi after his contract expired, mainly because the Ligue A side was the only club who could afford his wages. The pool of former teammate Neymar also made the Parisian outfit an attractive option for the Argentine, while he was also keen to work under compatriot Mauricio Pochettino. In the French capital, Messi will now head arguably the most devastating front three in football history with Neymar and Mbappe. Messi is not the only football star who has made a move. His chief rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, has returned to Manchester United after getting frustrated with life at Juventus. Ronaldo scored 118 goals in 292 games during his first spell with United between 2003 and 2009. United's rivals, Manchester City, were offered the chance to sign the 36-year-old striker and considered making a move, but the former Premier League champions pulled out of the negotiations. And it took Romelu Lukaku just 50 minutes on his second Chelsea debut to show why the club paid a record fee to re-sign him a decade after he first joined. Though his goal against Arsenal was a simple finish, his performance was domineering. He bullied Ghana's defender Pablo Mari so much that the former England defender Rio Ferdinand described it as like a sixth former playing against first years. It was an ominous sign of things to come from the big man from Belgium. Romelu Lukaku's former club, Manchester United, €50 million for French defender Raphael Varane. Arsenal's pursuit of Ben White caused puzzlement among some supporters. For a side with the third best defensive record in the Premier League last season, wouldn't £50 million be better spent elsewhere? But for Mikel Arteta, like many coaches in the modern game, a central defender's remit is not simply to keep the ball out of his own net, it is to move it upfield as accurately and effectively as possible. Aside from Lionel Messi, no player across Europe's top 5 leagues produced more assists than Jadon Sancho over the last 3 seasons. With speed, balance and footwork in abundance, Sancho will undoubtedly be causing all sorts of trouble for Premier League defenders this year. The world's best attacking right back by some margin, Achraf Hakimi, is already thriving at PSG, and it looks like he's developing a brilliant partnership with Kylian Mbappe, who recently referred to him as his brother in an Instagram post. And at $139 million, Jack Grealish became the most expensive English player of all time when he signed for Manchester City this summer. One of the Premier League's brightest stars over the last 2 seasons, the 25-year-old will now showcase his skills among the best players in the league, which will undoubtedly only see his own game go from strength to strength. Sergio Ramos is perhaps the most essential of the bunch for Ligue A side PSG. For all his goal-scoring prowess, his defense, especially last season after the departure of Thiago Silva, has been a huge weak point. One of the stars of Euro 2020, Gianluigi Donnarumma, didn't concede a single goal to help Italy cruise out of the group stages. He then made vital saves in penalty shootouts in both the semi-final and final as Roberto Mancini's side were crowned champions. With his contract at boyhood club Milan ending in June, PSG acted quickest to tie down the 22-year-old to a 5-year contract.